It's been raining all day. And if I could tell y'all how my day went for real, y'all would be like, what? Are y'all serious? Are you serious? But yes, get into it. The platonic friends, Amanda.
Okay,
How
okay. So
many
guys, we
platonic
had some
friends do
technical.
we have, and how many tried to go there with us?
Guys, thank you for your patience. Oh my God. Of course, as you see, I had a quick power surge, but we are back rocking and rolling. Go ahead, tag and share the live. Make sure people come in the room. Our co-host, Boss Lady Lala, been rocking with this thing. In the midst of my technical difficulties, so I'll just leave it with you.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what we on. I basically, said, with the topic being platonic relationships or platonic friendships, how does that work? You know what I'm saying? Like basically, how many platonic friends do we actually have the opposite sex that's attracted to us and that wants to either try to sleep with us, but we want to be respectfully and keep the relationship where it's at, so it won't no type of bonds to be broken on that level? Or have we ever went there with a platonic friend and just decided we was gonna stay friends and we wasn't gonna take it to a whole nother relationship? Let's get into it, Miss Amanda Miller,
Let's
because
get into
honey,
it. So, guys, as you
we
know, she just talked about, we are talking about today Facebook. Of course, we do IG and Facebook. So today we're talking about, yeah, you can't hear her because she's on IG. If you guys want to go ahead and jump on IG, that would be fine if you have IG. But remember, we always do IG and Facebook, but she is not on Facebook, so you can't really hear her. But if you want to hear her, you can definitely join the live on IG, because today we are not in the studio. And so what we'll definitely do in the midst of, I'll be having conversations here along the way, so you'll know everything of what's going on. But of course, feel free to jump on IG, wherever you get your podcast, right?
So let me ask you a
So,
question.
huh?
Let me ask you, can you hear me?
I can.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think I should jump? Do you want me to jump on Facebook? Are you getting more views on Facebook than IG?
Well, typically in the past, um, for some reason, I don't know if it's on my end or yours. I don't know. But I know in the past, the co-host we've done both, and they were able to hear her. So maybe it's just the way that we're set up today. And so, yeah, I don't know. But either way, this is not the first time of doing Facebook and IG at the same time from my residency. Our old co-host used to do it too. And so again, we'll make it work. But definitely want to be sure that both of our platform people are able to get the best out of the live. And so guys, go ahead for me and tag and share, and bring people in the room. But yeah, to her point, guys, we are talking about platonic relationships. What does that look like? Have you been in one? All of us have platonic friends, right? Whether it's you having a male friend, female friend, or same sex friends, whereas that person may have wanted to take it to the next level. What are your thoughts on that? Like, do you really think men and women can just strictly be friends without crossing the line? Men and women, a woman and a man being strictly friends without crossing the lines, or not just a man and a woman, because we all know that in our world today, we do have our LGBT community. And so even in that space, can those individuals be friends without crossing the line? What are you guys' thoughts out there? Talk to me. What you got,
Well,
Lava?
what I was saying about that situation is it's definitely It's definitely doable, to be in a platonic relationship with the opposite sex and remain their friends, because I have a couple of friends that I haven't slept with and they are opposite sex, and we have never. Now, have they ever tried to come on to me? Of course. I mean, so, but it's up to, and like I was stating, the conversation we had, it's up to the woman really, if they want to, if the woman want to take it that far, because men are just naturally predators. I'm sorry, they're just naturally predators. They go after what they want and they're gonna do it. A woman, we're more soft with it. Now, you have some that'll go get what they want, but when it comes down to being you know aggressive and really just, you know, trying to maintain a friendship and being aggressive at the same time in a platonic relationship. I think the men are prone to do it first, to try to sleep with the woman first. That's just because it's a control thing, especially when you are a friend of a attractive man. That man is attractive, that woman is attractive, and it's like y'all got that bond, y'all got that chemistry, and it's like both of y'all is like a what if in your head. You know what I'm saying? But no, let me just keep you where you at because I know you're not good for me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So
Or
what she's saying is that in her thought, for her feelings, is that when you talk about platonic relationships, and this is for my Facebook people because you can't hear her statements, is that she believed that the woman will dictate if it goes over into something more than just the friendship, right? Because we're talking about platonic relationships today, guys. And to her point, she's saying that, the woman is going, because men are always flirtatious, even if they have a female friend. They may make the move, but the woman has a decision to determine if it's going to manifest into something different. But I want to talk about,
we have a comment if you
let's see
want to.
what we got here in our comments. So Teresa says, I have a friend that I have been friends with, very attractive, not a part of the community. I take the 15-year friendship, so that you can be friends, in my case, a straight person. So I think what Sharice is saying is that she has a friend that she's been with 15 years, that they're a straight person. She's part of the community, me and Sharisa. And then the person is straight, but they've been friends for 15 years and nothing has occurred. But Love and I want to know this. In that case, Sharice, I'm gonna ask you, do you think that's because that person isn't part of the community? But for us, straight people, whatever y'all want to call it, heterosexual, straight, do you believe that for us, um, male, female, why is it that if you have a platonic friend, very attractive, um, may have some of the characteristics that you want in a woman, why wouldn't you make the move to try to make that be your person? And y'all may have been friends for the longest. Why is it that you wouldn't make your move? Now, I've had, like to Lava's point, friend guys that we've been friends for a long time, suggest that we move to the next level, or at least do flirting and things for me to know that they're interested. And I've had to say, you know what? I don't even want to try this, because if it doesn't work, then for me, I think I'm going to be a little uneasy to try to still navigate in that space of friendship. And other
Really?
people may not, but
So
I
this
would.
is
I'd be
okay.
very
So
uncomfortable.
you're saying that you'll basically feel uncomfortable
Yeah.
afterwards,
Yeah.
even with somebody that you have been friends with for years, like y'all know each other like the back of your hand, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you took that step, but it just didn't work out. So you can't stay that person's friend after that. Is what you're saying?
Like most times when for me, and I'm very limited on friends that I have as male friends. Like associates, yes, I know a lot of male associates, but as far as friends, I'm very limited on what I call a friend in a space of a male. And so I believe like we have grown and blossomed a friendship just like my girlfriends and I, where I can trust you, where we can talk, where we can share things, where we can talk about any and everything. It's like a brother sister type relationship. Right. And within that space, not that I look at you, I feel like I may still find you attractive. I may still think that you got a lot of the good qualities and characteristics, but I would not want to chance doing anything outside of that space with that individual, because afterwards I would feel really funny in a space of where we cross the line with sex.
Wow. We have a comment. Beauty Tia says, I think it depends on where you are hanging out with the person and how much time is being spent with the person. Well,
in order to develop into something more than just being platonic friends. And Facebook, come on in the room with me. Talk to me about platonic relationships. If you are friends with a female and you find her attractive, why is it that you hold steadfast on not making a move on her in order to see where it goes? So let's talk about that. That's what we're talking about today. But to your point, what are you thinking, Lava, though?
Well, really, let me see. Do we got any more comments? Okay, really, it all depends on the person. Me personally, I feel like that, if you have with somebody, for me, if you decide you want to have sex, I feel like that shouldn't do nothing make it even better. But at the end of the day, now, if that doesn't work, y'all should not go separate ways. Y'all still should be friends. Y'all just have to know it's a respect thing. It's a respect level where, okay, we tried it, but it didn't work. So let's go back to being friends. Because, and I'm talking about.
Okay, so I got a question for you guys out there. Okay, so not that you don't be friends, but I don't see that it, for me, let me just talk for me.
Okay.
I just don't know if I could feel comfortable in that space, how we used to laugh and have our good moments. And I can tell you about, because again, with my male friends, if I'm going through something with a guy, I can literally call you and say, hey, give me your advice on this. What are you thinking?
Right.
Those are the kind of relationships I have when it comes down to my male friends. And so if we cross the line and become sexual,
only one time, not often.
No, even one time. Even one time. I'm not talking about regular. I just don't know if I can go back to being just that comfortable with sharing things with you. And I'll tell you this too. I want to be able to, the male friends that I do have, again, as we build a bond and I become in a relationship with after I get in, should I become in a relationship with somebody, these are people that I want to be able to introduce my man to say, hey, this is my bro, we've been friends for a long time, and I want him to be able to know this is my guy friend. And then that way they build a bond. And I can't do that if me and you've been sexual. I would feel very funny.
But some people do it, and so that's the reason for the conversation.
That's why I always say me.
Yeah.
That's why I say
some people
for
can
me. Let me give you this Facebook comment. So Vincent says, I'd be very afraid to cross the line because it would change the total dynamics of friendship. That was my statement. If you care for this person, let me see says, if you care for this person deeply as a friend and you cross the line, then those emotional will go from caring as a friend to loving this person in a total different way. All the deep secrets you have exchanged may not be shared anymore because of a sexual relationship.
But why, Vincent? Why not? If y'all already friends and y'all only went there one time, and you got men that only look at sex like it's just sex. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they don't get emotional involved very quickly like we do as women. But you got the men that just say, oh, we had sex, oh, okay, all right, but we still cool. And you got some women that can do that. Me
And
personally,
like you say, I agree, you got men and women that can do that. But I think when people, in my opinion, really truly, I think it's the level of friendship. Let me just say that. Because we're so easy to say friends just because
right,
we know people. That's why
right.
I said that guy friends that I have are very few, to a point where I call them a friend. Because the male friends that I have, again, to Vince's point, I'm able to share a lot of the deep secrets of what I may go through with a guy just to get their opinion. And they're able to give me very solid, candid, um, transparent
So,
um, advice.
so
I
let's be
wouldn't want to
transparent.
go back. I would feel very funny. And I guess because I'm not a person that would just sleep with an individual without being able to be sexually, I'm not going to even say, I may be sexually attracted to my guy friend because I may think he's very attractive. But I guess I value friendship a little bit more to even take the risk to
Right.
even go there.
And,
But go ahead
and
and read
right,
some of the
some
comments.
people,
Hold tight, guys.
you want to go to some comments?
Yeah, you could go ahead.
Okay, we have comments here. Let me see. Let me go up. Hold on. Teresa said, I'm not having sex with my friends. Not at all. Not one time. China Man, Alan Temple says, you should because a man not going. A man is not going. I don't know what the. East Lake 2253 says, look, it's a respect thing if you got him or her for a friend. Keep it that way because it will cause problems in the end. Sharissa says, Lava, you are right. Some people do it and very comfortable with it. And then Beauty Tide Full One says, once you have sex with someone, there's no going back. The friendship will 9 times out of 10 be ruined because of the awkwardness. I don't agree with that one. Chinaman says if they can do that, men or women, they don't care. That's correct, Chinaman. That means if they can do that, they don't care. I believe
Wait,
that.
wait. Well, let's hold there. If they're saying if they can do that, men or women, they don't care. But Lava, you just said that some people they can. I mean, you don't see why not if it's only a one time. So maybe I'm not understanding his comment in response to your remark.
So basically, he's saying that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Chinaman. Basically, he's saying that when you're friends and you have sex, they really don't care about the sexual relationship. Meaning, they don't care about that part. They're not gonna break their
Yeah,
friendship or their bond
he or she gonna have to get a little more
in detail.
yeah, because I don't know that if you are friends, and that's what I can't agree with. I don't know that if you're friends with somebody that you, man or woman, that you don't care if you have sex with your
Not
friend.
don't care. I don't know. Yeah, he have to explain that. We have another comment. Black the Dun 100 says, I've been in a situation where we crossed the line only once. Afterwards, we remained friends, and it never came up until 10 years later. It was brought up jokingly in a conversation where we're still friends 25 years later.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah,
And I know it can be done. So, guys, we are talking about platonic relationships. Can you be friends with an individual, man or woman, same sex or not, if that's the way you go, and then cross the line and then continue to be friends? I believe you can continue to be friends, but I believe the dynamics of it would change. Maybe not for a man, but I think for most women, not all, but most. Because for women, unless you just a person that just, and I'm sorry, women, I'm just done. You know, I talk
Don't care.
unapologetically real. Unless you just a woman that openly just can have sex with a man without feelings.
You
And I
right.
don't know who's around here
Oh
doing that
no, I
in
don't.
these days and times.
I
Like,
know somebody who do
and
that.
I'm not saying that people don't. What I'm saying is that's the only way that I can see that you're okay with being around here having sex as a woman
Right.
with your friend without feelings, because we are emotional creatures. And if we have sex with people, 9 times out of 10, most times, we're already feeling that person anyways. And then if our so-called friend, we're attracted to him, he or she may have some of the things that we like as a characteristic. So then as soon as that man is around his girl, you feeling some kind of way. I just think you can't, unless, yet again, you're just a woman that can just have sex without any feelings attached. And there are women that do that, but that's a different type of woman.
Okay, we have Feezy_3 says the love in the friendship can overcome all. And Sharisa says if that's the way you go. And then China Man says, no, I'm saying that if you had sex with a friend, you should not be trying to put them in a circle with your present partner. Okay, yeah.
And I agree. I
I agree
agree.
to that.
And I agree to that totally. And I don't want to not, the guys that I am friends with, that are my friends, I always want them to be a part of my life, where if I got married, I want to be able to invite you to my wedding. I want you to know my partner. I want you, when we have events, I want you to be able to come. And I can't comfortably invite you to anything knowing that you and I have been sexually active. That's me.
I got a question, Amanda.
Hold
So,
on. Before we go there, let me read some comments over here on
okay,
Facebook. I
okay.
don't think you can sleep with someone who you love as a friend just once. Y'all will be in each other's presence too much. The only way it would happen only once is if the sex was bad. I agree. Because you're going to always laugh, have good times, fun. If you get to drinking around each other, that foolishness can happen again. So David says men are the same way. They get feelings too, especially when they can't get that friend when he wants her. Oh, great points. I love that. I love that. You can't do that, Amanda. That's right. That's right. Amanda won't do it. You absolutely right. Chinaman underscore Allen Temple OG. Absolutely. And Amanda wouldn't do it. That's why I wouldn't sleep with one of my friend guys, because yet again, any relationship that I build that's long lasting wholeheartedly, I want to be able to know that we have a relationship where I can bring you to or invite you to any events that me and my significant other have, and y'all can have whatever kind of relationship y'all build from there.
So let me
Go ahead.
ask you a question, Amanda. Now, what if you have a platonic friend that you never had sex with? And it goes back to what you said. You're in a relationship, right? But this friends, now I know me. When I get into a relationship, I'm sorry to say it, my platonic friends are out of, like, I don't even deal with the. I'm talking. I don't even deal with them, and that's just me. And they get on me about that. They be like, every time you're in a relationship, we don't get a call. I mean, these are platonic friends that I haven't had sex with, but how does that work? I mean, I would really feel funny even invite. Now, I would invite my platonic friends that I never had sex with to an event, such as a birthday party or wedding, or. But how does that work with your partner? trying to understand that you're inviting another man, which you have never had sex with, but how do you get them to believe your partner
I think,
to believe it?
and men, I see a lot of men on here. So her question was, even if you haven't had sex with a man, your platonic male friend, how do you get your male mate to accept you inviting them to an event? I think that's maturity. I think as a mature man, there's no way you think your girl is just, before you met her, only had female friends. No way possible. Now, that's why I say you got to think of the level of what we call friendship. Because I know XYZ, this guy, don't make us friends. That just means I know you and you're my associate. I'm going to give you a prime example. Vincent Robinson, who's always on the live, Vincent and I have been friends since they've been 3 years old. He's not going anywhere. He's not going anywhere. Because this man has been with me through thick and thin of everything I ever been through, the birth of my children. He's been there for the birth of my children. When I had my surgery, this man flew to Florida to make sure my sister had help to help me out.
So
He
you have
is
told,
my friend.
so you have
Why would I
told
get
your,
rid of my friend when I meet a man? My man friend got to know this is my friend just like my girlfriends. And so I need you to meet my friend, and you guys need to build a relationship because he's not going anywhere.
wow. So you tell a man that you're dating that?
If it, Q, no, Vincent, I was married to Q. I wouldn't say it in that manner because you got to respect your partner. I'm saying this on the show because of our dynamics of the show.
Right.
But no, I always want my guy friend to meet my male friend. He is my friend, and I dare not stop talking to my friend
So
and
men,
him
what
being
do
part
you
of
think
my
about that?
family. My family know Vincent. So why would I stop being
You
friends with him? He's part
absolutely
of my
right.
family.
You
Because
absolutely
I
right.
became friends with someone else. That's something my partner has to work on if he's that insecure.
That's
Let
you
me read some of these
absolutely
comments.
right.
Hold tight. Let's
We
see.
got comments. You want to take Facebook first, or you want to?
I'm gonna go on this side with Facebook. I'm not accepting a woman in my life with a male best friend. When he gets married, your friend and only friend. Now,
See?
that's David's opinion. It's not a C. That's David's
Yeah.
opinion. To marry him if he means that much, but to disrespect your husband's feelings is totally wrong. Now, but you're right, David. If to disrespect your husband's feelings, but I think most men understands that female have got friends, and so no, if you in a relationship, you don't just go in a relationship and get married tomorrow. That ain't how that works. So when you meet someone, your male partner and your female partner should already know who your friends are before you even get married.
Oh, definitely.
So, I mean, you definitely not gonna marry the man tomorrow and disrespect your husband because again, you got to date and know those persons. Okay, and let me tell you what Vincent said. I respect what David said, but everyone has friends prior and after the person. Absolutely.
That is
Go ahead. Go ahead on
that is
your
what
end with the comment.
you want. Okay. Um. Let me see. Chinaman said you can't do that, Amanda. Okay. Black the Dunn said, I don't think it was a situation where feelings weren't attached. Feelings don't always have to be displayed negative. And then Chinaman said, Alan Temple said he can't be nowhere on your behalf if y'all had sex. But if there was no sex, then it's cool. If they have no feelings,
Right.
then Sharisa says that's not right, Lava. Why you don't what?
Why
Why
you
you
do
do
that?
that?
Stop
Stop
dating
dating
insecure
insecure
men. That's
men.
the only
That's
way.
the
When you
only way
said you would cut your
and
friends
is
off, when she's talking about when you said you would cut your male friends off.
well, yeah, but that's only because of my choice.
That's right.
Yeah, but
That's
I
right.
do need to. You're right, Teresa. Though I need to learn, like, to let people know. I do have a couple platonic friends I never had sex with. This is my friend. He was here before you, and yeah, that is to be explained. Black to Dunn said it actually takes the feeling of jealousy to feel a way. That's right. Lava, that comes with trust. Chinaman said that comes with
And
trust.
it does. It comes with trust. You got to be able to trust your partner. And if there's some insecurities there about the man that you had in your life prior to, mm, and I have like I here's the way I am with that. Like, if the shoe was on the other foot and my husband or my man had a female friend and they've been friends forever, one, I think out the gate, there's no reason why your people shouldn't know who your friends are. Out the gate, when you start dating them, you don't come up with a surprise 3, 4 months down the line saying, I want to introduce you to my male friend or my female friend. These are people that your mate should already know who's in your circle out the gate. And with that being stated, that builds trust. I'm gonna give you a prime example. I met someone when I was dating Xavier's dad. Um, but after we broke up, I met him through Xavier's dad. To this day, he and I are still friends. I can recall going to Nando's house one time, and I fell asleep across his bed. He ain't made no move on me. He actually called me today to check up on me and the kids. We are still friends to this day. I just don't think, and Terrence is okay with that, even though we're not together. But I'm friends with his friend after he and I'm not even friends. I mean, not even together no more. It's a matter of level of respect and maturity as adults.
So, do you think, and I know you probably don't care, but do you think that Terrence thinks that you may have slept or
No, because he know me.
oh,
He knows the character of person that I am. He'll ask me, have you talked to Nan? When is the last time you talked to Nan? When you know the respect level of a
right?
person and
I
how they
like that.
carry themselves, the trust is not even in question because you know the character of the person that you're dealing with. And they know I'm not a fine girl. They know I
Right,
don't move like that. Now it'd be different if my character wasn't questioned and how I move, but that's not the way that I move. So that's never gonna be in question.
right. Let me see here.
Hold
Beauty
on,
Tie said,
Facebook. Go ahead.
What reason do you cut?" Beauty Tie said, "What reason do you cut your friends completely off when you are dating and just pick them back up once the relationship is
That's
over?
right. That
That's
means to me,
selfish."
you were never truly a friend to me.
And then Black the Don says, especially if you go into that situation not trying to be a couple. And then Happy Ben says, let's be clear. Men don't like the fact that their woman has male friends, no matter how mature they
I
are.
beg to differ. Now, I
And
respect your opinion, but I beg to differ.
Chinaman Alan Temple says, so Amanda, what if your partner disagrees with what you do? Then what?
Then we'll have to have a conversation. They're good questions. We'll have to have a conversation on how we move forward because let's just say, China Man, you and I meet. I don't know where it's going. You and I could end 2 weeks later, 2 months later, and I've isolated my friend that I've been with for 20 years. Y'all, come on, really? Who does that? I don't know where you and I are going. That's a risk I have to take.
I had
And
a friend
I'm not willing
that
to
said,
take a risk on a person that I've only known 2 months.
you're right, you're right,
Give me,
you're
give me, give
right.
me a second, guys. Let me read this over
Okay,
here on our
Facebook.
Facebook side. David, you can't call in today because we're not in the studio. So go ahead and hang tight next week, Tuesday. David will be in the studio and you can call. So Vincent says, I think what is getting confused is the difference between a friend and associate. Absolutely. And that's what I said. You can have plenty male associates, but when you're friends, your friends with a male looks just like your friends with your girlfriends. Same thing with a guy. It looks like the same thing. You guys talk, you share secrets, you talk about your kids, you do all those things. You may go out and have drinks together. All of those things, it's just never got sexual. David said, I'm just saying that if you have a friend that means that much, then you are insecure. Also, I see that as a security blanket. As a woman or man, you can tell if there's a different synergy with your man or a woman and their best friend, contrary to popular belief. A friend can think you're beautiful but not want to sleep with you. Absolutely. Especially if they respect you. I just
Right. It's
think
a respect level.
if you respect your friend as a male, as a female, I just don't think males try to cross that line unless they know her character as being a fine girl. And I got one more before you go to IG. I agree. I always mention my friend Marla William Jones to any and everyone because regardless, we are going to remain friends to the end. That's Antonio on this end. Absolutely. Go ahead,
Right.
Lala, on your end with yours.
We hot tonight, Amanda. We are hot tonight. We hot.
I love it.
Uh, Sharissa said, "Why wouldn't you, Lava? We know you had guy friends before we met you. When I know it's a friendship, then he should also be my
That's
friend."
right.
I mean, how does that work? How does that work when you in a car with your dude and then your
Let
guy
me tell
friend
you how
talk?
that works.
Hey,
Let me tell you how
wait a
that
minute.
works.
You in the
Let me
car
tell
with
you
your
how that
guy.
works. What's the difference between co-parenting? Tell me what's the difference.
Well, hell, I ain't never co.
Okay, and see, maybe
For
that's
me,
what that's what us as a black and white
that's
couples need to
crazy.
get used to.
You right.
Terrence and Q, my husband, they at the same events all the time, supporting my son. I will ask Terrence, why you didn't bring Stephanie to the game? It's a part of being able to be mature and be in the same space as those people that you care and love and have past relationships with.
China
But go
Man
ahead.
said, "No, we don't understand, Amanda." China Man said he better have a wife.
And if you don't have a wife, no, is you don't understand. Let's just say I don't understand because there are several people on the live disagree with you on our Facebook and our IG. And
Game,
so, like this is said, respectfully, so China Man, hey, that's what we here for.
yeah.
We
So
agree
game
to
over.
disagree. Go ahead.
Game over. Host says my wife, my girlfriend, don't have to cut off her male friends for me. At the end of the day, my wife will have respect for me, so I am not worried. That's your grown man. That
And
kudos.
that's
You're a grown
simple.
man.
It is all about respect.
Yes,
And I
it
think
is.
if you believe in your partner, if your partner wholeheartedly respect and love you, they're not gonna cross the line. Or let me tell you what I tell anybody that I date. The next man will never have the ups on you. He will never be able to tell you anything that I'm moving tacky in regards to you. And if you're dating a female with qualities of characteristics of value, you don't have to worry about that. I
You really
promise you,
don't.
you don't.
You really don't. You really don't. But that's the problem because if you are dating a female with qualities and characteristics such as, then that's when the man, for real, gets insecure. Now, all men are not insecure, but you do have a lot of men that are insecure. This is what Black Don said. He says, if I
Hold on,
don't
Facebook.
trust,
I'm coming.
this is what Black Don said. He says, as a man, I will observe the friendship. And if I have a problem, it would be
That's
addressed.
right.
And he also said, if I don't trust a man, then that too must be respected,
I
which I
agree to
agree.
that. I do agree to that. If you see some things out of line and they kind of moving funny, then it's a conversation to be had. I totally agree to that. Yeah.
And then Game Over says insecure men care about another man.
Go ahead, love. And then Facebook, I'm coming.
Chinaman says, but this may be your wilding out going friends that he or she doesn't approve. Even though you not like that, but love the atmosphere with them, what would you do then? Okay,
Well,
do
I
you
guess there
understand
again,
it?
you got to talk about your friendship circle. They always say birds of a feather flock together, or either birds of a feather, same bird. I kind of disagree with that because just because my friends move like that doesn't mean
That don't
that
mean
I
I
move
move
like
like
that.
that.
But
Yeah.
guess what? I choose my friends wisely. I'm never going to choose people in my circle, and this is just me, chiming in. I can't speak for nobody else. I'm never choosing people in my circle that put me at risk or make me look bad. So my circle don't even, it's not built like that. That wows out and all the, my circle isn't built like that. So I don't have to worry about those things. But give me a second. Let me come
Okay.
to my Facebook
Okay.
side.
Facebook.
Um, give me
We
give me a
are
second. Let me
booming
come to my
tonight.
Facebook side. I agree. I always mention. So David said, so it's bad enough I got to deal with family that doesn't like me. So dealing with a friend of yours that don't like me is too much stress on a relationship. But David, why wouldn't that person not like you?
Be,
So we got to
but
talk about that
that
because
is,
I don't.
yeah,
Because let
that's
me
a
tell you
topic on
this.
its own. Like that happens though. That happens though.
But guess what? We're talking about platonic relationships. Females, and we're not going to shift the narrative tonight, but female friends are quicker not to like your dude than a male guy would.
That's so, now that's right. That is
So that ain't even an issue
that
about
is
the
right.
man not liking you because most times let you do one thing wrong to that girl and she real close to her girlfriends. Man, they ready to tell that girl to cut you off, and then the next time when y'all together, they looking at you sideways. So we can't even put that blame on a guy friend.
That's right. Cause those women, you right about that. They'll start not liking, but that's because that's to me. I feel like that's jealousy though. When they start not liking your man, or
I don't really think it's jealousy, and I want to kind of stay on topic. I think it's more so when we open up and start telling our friends about the things that he's doing.
right.
Same thing, like I was saying about a male guy. If you have a male friend that you're really close to, you're gonna be sharing and asking his opinions on those things as well. What you got out there with the comments?
Okay, we got game. We got game over. Host says once you know what type of woman or wife you have, you don't have nothing to worry about. I think I already read that. Game over. Her say, no, champ. I don't care if my lady have male friends. I am secure in who I am. I don't worry about men. I let them worry about me. And
Right.
then Chinaman says, so if I had two stripper friends and they like me to come see them dance from time to time and never had sex or never thought about it and been friends since 7 years, would that be approval?
Would it be approved for you to go
He
to
two
for your
stripper.
girl for your friends? And again, it goes back to what Vincent said about associates versus a friend. So you're saying two of your lady dancer friends want you to come and they want to dance for you. Why would they?
But
Why would
he
your
said no sex.
friends?
He said no sex is involved.
It doesn't matter. It's still a level of disrespect
That's
to your significant other. As far as, okay, so then why are you not taking her?
yeah, that's disrespectful, Chinaman.
Yeah,
Like you.
that's not even on the level of what we're talking about. That's totally disrespect to
So
your partner.
Yeah, because that's more closely to having sex. Like they dancing on you naked. They're your friends of 7 years, but no. Now, have you introduced these girls to your woman? Do she know about them? Do she know they
Now
just stripper friends
I
that you
can
like to
even see
get
this.
dances from?
I can even go for this novel. He's been friends with them for 7 years, right? There is a party where somebody says, "Hey, we need some strippers." Let's just say it's your wife friend. Your wife said, "Hey, do you know any strippers that can come to a party and dance for whatever event?" You say, "Yeah, I know two girls." Again, your wife or your girlfriend should already know these females. Remember, I mentioned that you don't just show up out the blue with nobody talking about these my friends. No,
Right.
she should already have known these females, and yes, she should know their dancers. So now that she's saying, "Hey, we need some dancers," and you say, "Hey, they want to come to, ask your girls to come to the party," I think that's a different type of situation. And then, yes, she may say, "Yeah, call them and ask them to come to the party."
So can I ask you a question, Amanda?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
How long,
how
guys?
long?
Here I come.
Hold on. How long in a relationship, in a new relationship, do you let your partner know once y'all decide y'all are going to continue to date? How long in that relationship do you let them know that you have platonic opposite sex friends?
I don't think it's a time frame number. I think it's this. It's it's just organic. If I'm on the phone talking to my girlfriends, I don't go down like nobody does. Nobody go down a list when they meet somebody and start dating and say, "Hey, I'm friends with Lava. I'm friends with Zarita. I'm friends with
I'm
Farrah.
friends
I'm friends with
with
Vixen."
Tony.
Nobody go down a list and do that. It happens organically by when you're talking on the phones or when you have events or when you're invited places. All of that stuff happens organically. And when you're true friends with people, not associates, when you have those events, those same circle of people are going to be there, and you introduce your mates to that individual the same way he's going to invite me to events, and he's going to invite me, to his female friends as well as to his guy friends.
So
It happens organically.
that's right. So are you gonna go to Facebook now, or you want me to continue with the?
Um, hey Tamika, we're talking about platonic friendships. Antonio says, "You know something, Miss Amanda Miller." Thank you. David says, "It's just enough trying to get to know you and trying to get to know your male friends and what they think is something that's not needed in a first relationship. If he's a true friend, he will step back and let y'all bond until you make a solid decision about where you two are going."
I
I think people do that anyways. It don't have to be a conversation to be had.
right.
I think your girlfriends do that when you meet somebody new and you guys start to really seriously date. Number one, your girlfriend is already asking you. Y'all already saying, "Girl, I met this guy," and you're already talking to your girlfriends about the guy that you met, right? Guys, I'm sure do the same thing. In the midst of that, when y'all start spending more time with each other, you start spending less time with your friends anyways.
Right.
I'm not saying you cut them off. You start to spend less time with them anyways. You may talk to them more via phone than you do as far as going out. And so some of that allows you to bond anyway. Go ahead, Lava.
We got Black the Dunn 100. He says that the difference in co-parenting, the kids are the common interest. That's the common interest are the kids. So when you co-parenting, basically he's saying the co-parenting really the common interest is the kids. So you said you spoken
I
about
got you. I
co-parenting.
got you. I do agree with that. But I think my level of that and the difference is y'all are not together anymore. And sometimes in a co-parenting space, um, there are more drama in a co-parenting space than it is a friendship, a platonic friendship. And so how do you create a space where everybody can work together to ensure that it's the best interest of the big picture.
Right.
Because friends, again, that you have built friendships with, not an associate. I keep saying this throughout the live. We're not talking about associates. At the end of the day, friends become family. And you just don't cut off family for somebody in a relationship if it's healthy. Now, sometimes you do have to cut off the dead limbs if there's some. And in a toxic co-parenting relationship, you rather end that and just parent for your kids as opposed to somebody where there's a healthy family relationship as a friend.
Right. Yeah, that's correct. That's definitely correct. Let me see. Sometimes you get a man grown in okay. Game over says sometimes you get a man grown in age and not grown in the mind. That is the difference.
I agree.
And then China Man says that's the key, Amanda. As long as a male friends of yours can't have ups on me,
That's right.
I'm all good.
I mean, and that's just how I roll, China Man. I will never, and I always say, even down to when I'm dating, and I've been married, I will never put my male friend, my husband, the person that I'm dating, in a position where any man has the ups on them. And I think that's when we start to question the relationship of your male friend when your spouse moving funny. But that's why we gotta know how our people roll before we start making these commitments to them, because I think we're so easy to jump in relationships and start calling people our partner before we
I
even know
just said
truly
this
who they are
earlier.
and how
You're
many years.
right. You're absolutely correct. You absolutely. I just said this earlier about that. You definitely have to know who you are dating from the beginning. These are questions. You gotta damn near have an interview with some. You got to interview each other. What can you tolerate? What can you not tolerate? You understand what I'm saying? Because if y'all going down two different paths, then
Okay.
it's not going to work. It's not going to work. You have to get that clear and you have to be mature about it as well, you know? So I totally agree with that. I totally agree
Yeah.
with that.
What you got on your side so we can get ready to close out? You guys have been amazing. I love
Yes,
it.
yes, yes, yes. This was hot tonight. Let me see. I got Amanda. I keep trying to see if I could. Amanda, this China man. Come on, China man. Amanda, I keep trying to see if I can change your mind, but I have to say every answer you answer will make me accept your male
Thank
friend.
you, baby.
Oh,
I appreciate
Chinaman.
it.
I'm glad you got this, Chinaman. That's great. So your next engagement or relationship or whatever, you'll be able to understand if she has male friends, if she's not moving funny. Yes, and Chinaman said you can go to 7 years. He said 7 years. Then Sharisa said that man said 7 years old. Sharisa said years. Okay, Sharisa said lava. I'm getting G to know you. It come up automatically.
Yeah. Sharisa, repeat that again.
Lava. I'm getting G to know you. It. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
she
know what
have
you're talking
to
about.
repeat it.
Black Dunn says, I think a lot of women are confused on a male friend versus a man waiting for his
And
turn.
And I agree.
Oh,
I agree. That's why I
that
kept saying friends versus associates, because there are a lot of associates that are just waiting their turn. So yeah, I
that's
totally
absolutely
agree.
correct.
So David on this side, and thank you, Antonio. He said indeed when I was saying about your friends and co-parenting and all that other stuff and the family dynamics. David says you never know. It's too many actors in life until you get what you want. That's why I don't have the energy for other challenges that could be avoided. I enjoy it. We'll try to be back next week. Thank you, David. David, thank you. Thank you for engaging and putting in your comments. But next week we will be in the studio and you definitely can call in. What you got on your side before we close out?
I think that is it. China Man told Black to Done 100 100. Black to Done say a man will play any role he needs to get what he wants.
Absolutely. Guys, y'all have
Absolutely.
been amazing. IG and Facebook.
The
I loved
engagement.
it. Be here next week, Tuesday. We will float the flyer and a little live clipping to let you guys know what next week's topic will be about. But y'all go ahead and help us build this audience. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tag
Please.
someone. Share
Please.
it. Let them know we're here every Tuesday at 7 o'clock. But
Yes.
more importantly, we need you guys, especially the males. We want you guys to come to the studio.
Yes.
Please come to the
I've been trying to
studio. Sit on the
invite.
panel with us. We would love to have you guys. You
Yes.
have any closeout remarks, Lava?
No, this is a hot topic. This probably could have went on another hour. I appreciate all of the men that have engaged tonight. Black to Done, I appreciate you for coming through. I've been trying to get you to come through for the longest. China Man, you too. I'm glad y'all came in. And everybody, respectfully, this was a wonderful night. Catch us next Tuesday, the same time. We will be in studio. And this
I
is
love
it.
you.
It was great. Great topic. Great
Have
topic.
an amazing day, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.